Zell Boy Army. My first tactics video of the year is here. I want to put a disclaimer on this tactics video. I have not played a game yet. I've been spamming the transfer market, trading, sniping players at cheap price. I managed to get this Van Persie at what I think is a bargain considering he's a new icon. Also, how did Van Persie get a 4-star weak foot? I love Van Persie. He was an icon I really wanted to try, but I was put off thinking he might be 3-star, 2-star weak foot. I'm really excited. I think I might stream some rival games later tonight. But this video is going to be my first tactics video. The disclaimer I'm saying is I've not played a game. But this tactic is going to be a starter tactic based on the last few FIFAs. The game, I've been watching lots of Twitch streams the last few days, seeing what I think works. I think this is a good platform to start off the year with. I'm going to be testing out lots of different formations, tactics over the next week or two, so I can start giving you a lot more variety in the tactics. Like I said, not tried and tested. It's just the tactic I will start the game with this year. Hopefully that makes sense. The reasoning behind it. I just know that a lot of you guys want tactics. I know the game really well. I obviously don't know this game really well yet, but I know how FIFA tends to work. So that's what this video is going to be like. If you want to tune in and see me play with this God Squad later, yeah, Zelonius 92 probably will be streaming tonight. Let me sit up. This camera's not getting all my beauty in. Okay, so we're going to set the tactic up right in front of you. So, oh, I've actually set it up already. So, for my ultra defensive, it's going to be a full rundown of the type of tactics I would use. I'd go 4-2-3-1-2. Every year, this has been pretty solid. You keep your defenders in the standard position. For this, we're going to put Van Persie at cam. I think Van Persie's not as fast as Mbappe. In the 4-2-3-1 defensive, you want your fastest player in the striker role. We'll put Neymar and Messi out wide. I'm probably going to get Kante in over Pogba, by the way. Pogba's good, but Kante is going to be better to give this team some balance. This is not a tactic here that I will be using much, if at all. This is only a tactic I will use when they go on high press later on, when I'm trying to see out the game. That is all my ultra defensive tactics for. You've seen this year they've changed from 1, 2, 3, 4 bars to any number from 1 to 100. I will go in depth in a video in the next week where I explain the new tactics, how they work, and how I recommend you use them. But for the sake of this, we're going to go to like 15 depth and really low width. I like that they've done this as well. It gives you a little bit more customization. We're going to go long ball to beat the press, direct passing to try and get out of the press. Lots of width to keep the ball. That's one of the things 4-2-3-1 is really good for that. Get in behind, stay forward, stay central. Mbappe wanted for the counter attack. Then the rest of the boys, the rest of the boys here are just going to be staying back. Basically, we want to stay wide on our wingers for obvious reasons. We're trying to get them to help us keep the ball. Stay back, cover centre on the centre mids or CDMs. Stay back on the fullbacks. Not much more to that I'm going to go to in depth. In a week or two, when I've been able to play a lot more games and test tactics, I'll start showing you gameplay of these tactics. But this is just generally speaking what I think is going to be really good from the start. This is my 4-4-2. What I've seen, low depth counter-attacking seems to work. And you can, weirdly enough, do this in balance. You would think naturally you'd go fast build-up, forward runs, or direct passing for counter-attacking. In a standard balanced tactic, I don't think you want to do that because if the counter-attack's not on, you do not want to force it. You want to build a bit more naturally, and balance does that better. For me, this is going to be very similar to the tactics I was running on FIFA 21 because I don't think from what I'm seeing the game has changed too drastically. I could be wrong. In a few weeks, we could be seeing that. But for now, this is what I'm thinking I'm going to start off with. 4-4-2. We're going to obviously put our striker Mbappe there. I like to put a left footer on the right to cut in, a right foot on the left to cut in, and then Messi, Neymar on the wing. Messi probably isn't as much a winger, and I might test out like a narrow 4-2-2 with these guys. Pretty standard for the rest of the players. We've gone low depth because, like I say, I think it just works on this game from what I'm seeing. I would rather play really high depth. I'm going to experiment. We'll see if I can find one that works better. Just balanced on the attacking offense. I don't really think you on a default tactic you should be changing that too much. Then nothing too different on the width players in box. I've already got the instructions here. Stay central, get behind, stay forward for the counter attacks on the strikers. I like in the 4-4-2, even in my more defensive attack, to have the more balanced attack to get involved. Got comeback, balanced on the wingers, and then stay back on the fullbacks. Then for my attacking, so basically normally I will start the game in that defensive one. It's not defensive. It's quite defensive in the sense it's quite drop deep, but it's not an out-and-out defense. The 4-4-2 is not like that, but it's more defensive than this one. This is the more aggressive one. 70 depth, 7 depth from last year basically. Still does the offside trap from what I can gather. So we're going to have this as a more aggressive one if we're struggling to get back into the game. More players in box, more corners, free kicks. Players are going to be put into the same positions. Instructions. It's just a bit more attacking. We've got... I haven't changed these properly. For this, I'd be getting behind on the wingers. You don't really want balance change too much. You don't need them staying wide. You don't want them cutting inside either. On this one, I'd probably go like get forward on the more attacking of the 2 centimeters, which is De Bruyne. You could go balanced on your fullback, but that is going to leave you very vulnerable to the counter. It just depends how attacking you want to be. Any tactics that I put on this channel are not like 100% just stick to them. They are plug and play in the sense of they will work if you use them how I tell you, and in future videos we'll have gameplay with it. I tend to try go with tactics that are pretty solid and would work for anyone. It's just you might find ways of customizing them yourself, specializing them, that make improvements for you or suit your team a little bit more. And then for the last tactic, we're going ultra attacking, constant pressure. I've not done this one yet. We're going to go 100 depth for this. Let's go all out. Why not? High width to stop them just keeping the ball between. This is desperation when you're behind in a game late on. Fast build up, forward runs. Forward one says pushes players forward deep into attacking areas, but if you lose possession of the ball, you can find yourself open to counter. Makes sense. That's why I wouldn't do it in a default tactic. Lots of players in box, corners, free kicks. For this, last year I went 5-3-2. I'm going to try 4-4-2 again for now. Again, De Bruyne swapped. That's it. This one is crazy. Get forward. Cover centre, but they're on get forward. Messi, Neymar. I'm going to put them on stay wide because I don't need them cutting inside because I've got the 2 midfielders occupying that space. I don't want to crowd an area, whereas I want to occupy more areas to take the defence out. Getting behind. I'm going to put balanced attack. I think join the attacks, even in the ultra attacking, is a bit... yeah, it's a little bit over the top. For me, though, I like the look of that. I think it would be pretty good. That's my starter tactics. This is my starter team. I've got lots of players still to sell. You can see I've got a pretty nice bench here. I'm going to be testing out different players. Like I said, might be streaming later tonight. Who knows? Appreciate you guys' support. Lots more videos coming the rest of this week. Who have you been packing? Have you played any of the gameplay? Let me know your thoughts. Peace.